Chi-town, summer in the city. No, I won't even do that. That's not how we're going to start it. No, just keep rolling. I think this should all be in the intro because people need to realize that I do these in front of you guys, and it's very embarrassing often. So what's going on, everybody? This is Kick Rocks Podcast 2, Drink Minimum, and today we are talking about our favorite summer activities to do in the city of Chicago. It gets hot out here eventually. It was a really long winter and went back and forth, but now the weather's starting to turn. It's starting to stay warmer out, and that got us thinking, hey, what do we like to do during the warmer months that we have here in lovely Chi-town? Nobody calls it Chi-town anymore, do they? I don't know. Anyway, no. grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey, gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
Clink, clink, clink. We got some plastic, so you'll have to imagine. And to our listeners at home, cheers. Cheers to you. Thank you for tuning in. This is 2 Drink Minimum. I'm Bill.
This is Tony Marino.
Joe Mono.
Sergio.
And today's topic is
Torres.
Today's topic.
Can we drop that actual soundbite?
Why not? We should drop that soundbite. We'll see. You guys at home, tell us if we drop that soundbite or not.
Torres.
Can we replace the real one without over that?
Okay. Once again, welcome to 18 Drink Minimum. So today's topic, as it is now April, currently when we're recording this podcast, and the weather's getting nicer. We're thinking about summer and our favorite summer activities in Chicago. What we're looking forward to the most for summer in Chicago. So who wants to get things rolling? This topic.
I think Sergio was so excited about this
that very
maybe
excited.
He should start.
Yeah, he had 2 right in the chamber, ready to go.
Yeah, because it's summer in Chicago. How could you not get excited about summer in Chicago?
Say it one more time.
How could you not get excited about summer in Chicago?
Where?
How could you not get excited about summer in Chicago?
Use take 3.
Don't worry, guys. This is the remix.
Take 3 was gold.
Take 3 was gold, kid. Now go ahead.
Well, if you guys were good directors, you would have been like, stop saying it the exact same way and try a different tone.
Yeah, you don't talk to actors that way. Step your game up.
Fair enough. Summer in Chicago. All right. So my favorite activity, and I'm really excited to do, and I haven't done it yet because right now the weather is just starting to break to where it's like, all right, cool, we can be outside. My favorite activity is to just ride my bike along the lake. It's one of the most relaxing, beautiful, just stress relieving activities to do, whether it's after work or on Saturday or Sunday. I literally just jump on my bike right out of my neighborhood in Fulton River District, head straight to the lake over by Navy Pier, and then follow from the bike track from Navy Pier, and I head south, and usually I'll make it up to 31st Street Beach. But if I've got enough time, because that usually takes like an hour round trip, maybe a little bit more, I will continue on south all the way up to 63rd Street Beach, which is the beach right like next door to the Science and Industry Museum. That's like usually happens on like a Saturday afternoon when I can like actually do that. I want to say it's about a 13-mile bike ride from my house to 63rd Street Beach, and then another 13 miles back, which sounds like a lot. Yeah, it's a marathon, but when you're on a bike...
Sounds like a marathon.
Yeah, but it's not that bad because you're on a bike, and usually what I'll do is I'll pack my backpack with like a sandwich, some chips, maybe an apple, and a couple bottle of waters, and when I get to 63rd Street
What kind
Beach,
of apple? What kind of apple?
I like Granny Smith, but
Me too,
lately,
man. I'm in. Green.
But lately
Green's
I've
good.
been really all about. Not that we're digressing here. I'm really all about the. Oh shoot! What's it called? The
Trying to get
crunchy
into
ones.
that-
The crunchy ones.
what,
The
Honeycrisp?
Honeycrisp.
Yeah.
Those things are
Those were
solid.
the really good ones we had at Tony's, right?
Those are the
right.
expense. Those are what rich people usually stock up on.
Which is Justin's favorite, which
yeah.
makes sense because she's got expensive taste.
Exactly. And that's a good thing because
She did marry you, didn't she?
Oh, see, I was gonna go. You weren't complimentary.
Guys,
I was gonna go opposite.
How did we
Like,
get
wait.
off subject? Sorry.
All right, so
you're-
back to your bike ride, friend.
yeah, basically, you know, I'll ride all the way.
Thank you to our sponsor, Honey Crisp Apples.
There'll be more sponsors dropped later, I'm sure.
Anyways, I'll bike all the way up to 63rd Street Beach. They got a pretty nice pier where you can walk out and like just kind of relax, you know, reflect on life and think about all the shitty stuff that's going on. And then eat your lunch and then jump back on your bike and head back home. And honestly, it's really just a fun, relaxing activity that I love to do.
And
every
healthy
summer.
too.
I'd be so
yeah.
nervous because, like, anytime
That's awesome.
I drive past that, it looks so crowded. And I feel like it would stress me out riding on that with all the other people that are running and riding and not paying attention.
On the Lakeshore bike path, you mean?
I'm sure a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
are paying attention, but I've seen people just aimlessly walking around with their phones in their hands.
And
I've
you're,
had to set up events on that bike or around
And-
that bike path. It's damn near impossible.
Ugh.
And you're right, it does get crowded in certain areas, but it's usually like close to the main beaches. So you have like 12th Street Beach, 31st
it's like,
Street
okay,
Beach,
30
47th
seconds of
Street
chaos
Beach.
and then
or
back
like-
to normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You just
Like,
got to get
even, like,
past those crowded
from
sections.
like Navy Pier to like Museum Campus is pretty
And then you can
crowded
cruise,
over there.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They've gotten really good at separating the bike lane to the walking lane. So the walking lane is like literally along the like the river or the
lake.
lakefront. Like you're like
Oh, it's
you can
totally
jump into the
separate.
water.
I know, then the bike lane's
lane,
up top.
yeah, the bike lane is up top.
Oh.
So they do keep some separation, and they have signs that'll say like, "Hey, this is your bike lane. Watch out for pedestrians." But you know, pedestrians, hey, there's a path, you know, just
Down
right
below,
over there, down
those
below,
stairs, right.
for you to get to. So
Okay, I had no
they do
idea.
a really good job of like separating the bike path from the walking path.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of if the people actually.
Yeah, you're going to
separate.
deal with tourists. You're going to deal with random people not knowing where they're going. You're going to deal with rollerbladers, which, like, I know that's, I guess it's still a thing.
Yeah, I was gonna
But-
say, is it 97?
I know, right? The thing that sucks about
90s
the
call, they want their
rollerbladers is
activity
like
back.
they've got such a wide spread because when you rollerblade, you kick out your legs, so they just got like such a wide like.
They don't stay in
I
the
don't
lane.
know
Yeah,
why
they don't
the-
stay in their
I don't
lane.
know why the city doesn't have a designated rollerblading.
I know,
guy.
right?
Right.
I
Yeah,
guess-
it leads right into the water.
Maybe that would be great.
Maybe a little ramp. I don't know.
That would be great.
That's just like there's
Dude, do
either
you
water
remember when
or
you
there's a wall with a big giant bullseye on there.
did
People
you
just
ride
throw
your
stuff
bike from your house to Baracos in Evergreen Park?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was one
I
of
was
my
there.
favorite little like.
Jesus.
It's like once I went.
I hurt for you that day.
It was
Like,
just one.
Jesus.
It was just one of those. I think it was like a random Thursday that I wasn't working, and I was like, you know what? I've never gone to like.
I've never gone to a Southside pizza
I
place.
never, yeah,
Right.
Southside Pizza Place to see what it was like, and then I literally
You
I
had
want to
just
say
watched Forrest Gump.
I-
So you just
I-
decided you're just gonna keep
I did
going.
Halstead to Archer to Pulaski, no Kedzie to 111.
Did you though? Did you get to
No,
like though? Did
to
you get the key
95th.
points?
to 95th?
Did you get the key points? You're like, well, I might as well get to Kedzie. Well, I might as well go to. Did you
My
do
favorite
that?
part about that story
No,
right now
it was
is
a
you're telling
goal.
it.
It was the goal.
Was-
No, you
oh,
set out to do
The
it.
destination was
Oh, I thought you just started out riding. You just like didn't stop.
no. It was I'm gonna go to Baracos to have lunch with Tony because I got nothing else to do today. That's what that day was like.
Well, my favorite part too is like you said, oh, it was a random Thursday when I wasn't working. Ironically enough, it was a random Thursday. I wasn't working either because I was also
Yeah,
visiting
that's
Tony
right,
in the
you were
middle of the
visiting, too.
afternoon. I was there.
And then
it was pretty-
Sergio
that was
just pulls up on a bike.
It was a really rad shift, man. All my buddies were
awesome.
showing up.
Oh, come on.
Sergio
Back in
almost
those
died.
days, how many of your shifts did your buddies show up for back in those days?
Back
though?
then, when we were younger, and for some reason we had more money to drink with it back then.
Yeah, which weird.
Different worlds, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now we wait till
Now there's
Tuesdays.
women and houses and weddings.
So there's babies now. It's getting crazy.
Baby.
So
Right?
many things.
Baby.
So many things.
It's
Is it
a
one?
baby. It's a baby. All right.
But yeah, so
That's awesome,
riding my
Rich.
bike along the lake. That's a summer activity that I love to do.
And that's something I've never done. I've done the run, but it's like the 5Ks, that they have along Lakeshore that are like for charities. I despise everything about running, but I like charity, so that it's cool. So I'll do that thing that I hate and it sucks for charity. But a bike, I got to get me a bike because biking down Lakeshore sounds awesome. Actually, on a nice summer day, I want to do that.
You'll never do
And if you don't want to spend the money for a bike,
I'll never do it.
rent a divvy.
You'll bike in the neighborhood. You'll bike from your house to
Well,
yours.
that's what I'm saying. First step is I got to get a bike. I don't own a bike anymore, so I got to get a bike.
Then if you
I own a
can
bike,
make it-
but we haven't taken our bikes out of the garage in like 2 years.
Okay.
I had one, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, 2
Sucks
years ago
about
we
it.
took them out, and Jess and I were out for about an hour.
Yeah,
And
I would
legs
so
would
much rather
kill.
bike than run though any day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's
So
my
much more
goal.
fun.
That's
You
my
know,
goal this summer is to
Exercise,
start
but
biking again.
seemingly easier.
I see Bill on one of those like cruiser bikes
Yeah,
with the big basket on
the
front.
beachcomber.
Yeah, beachcomber.
yeah. And I could have Luna in the front like ET.
No, that's for your
All
beer.
swaddled up.
She's on the back in the little baby seat.
She's on your wife's bike because no one trusts you.
That's a good point.
Because I want to see it. I want to see the first ride. I want the first ride on your bike to be from your house to here, and let's see how you're doing. Because that's only 4 blocks.
When you find me passed out on your front porch, you'll know that I made it, but it wasn't great.
right,
wasn't great.
Wasn't
So-
great. Wasn't great.
Well, going from a healthy, I'll go now because going from like. I'm like, of course, Sergio
have
starts with
nothing-
like
I have
the
nothing
healthiest activity you can do. I like to bike and eat Honeycrisp apples and all other healthy shit.
I have
So
nothing
I'm
healthy
going
to
to pick
say,
the most
though.
lazy thing you can do in the summer, which is I love bonfires. I love them. So like sitting around with your friends, having a couple of beers on a nice summer night where they got that cool breeze, but it's nice enough to have that bonfire going. That's some of the best times. I love it.
I'll tell you what. When you get your bike,
Yeah.
you bike over here and we'll have a bonfire.
We'll burn the bike when I get here. And then I'll Uber home.
He's gonna get here
Talk
and be
about
like,
lazy.
Yeah.
he's gonna get here and be like,
Exactly.
yeah, we gotta burn this thing. I'm
Yeah.
not. This is not for me.
Yeah, like Sergio's talking about like activities. But I was like, man, I just like sitting around, like,
Drinking beer. I
having a
do.
beer.
I'm
Yeah.
right with you though.
I love
Like
it.
bonfires, except for
Summer
like
and fall. Summer and
I was
fall,
gonna say,
perfect
like,
bonfire time.
early
Yeah.
summer and late summer. Like once you're in the middle of the summer and it's 95
True,
degrees
true.
out at night, you don't need a fire.
You're right. You gotta have that cool. You gotta have that cool breeze at night.
Trust
It's
me,
gotta
I've
be
had
that
people
nice.
like mad at me before because I wanted like to start a bonfire.
It's 90
I'm like,
degrees,
it's
Joe.
90
We're not
degrees
doing
out,
a fire. Yeah.
They're like, but I just want to have a fire. I just want to sit around a fire.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm pretty drunk by that point.
Dude, I love the idea of a fire. I love the fire when it's happening. 10 seconds of me walking away from the fire and I smell like it, I'm fucking miserable. Because I cannot
Oh yeah,
stand
your
the
wife.
smell.
That's
Your
true.
wife hates
See, that
fires
was my
for
wife.
that
No,
reason.
she'll like a fire at the moment, and then as soon as we walk away, it's
when you
like
smell like a
"Fuck, man."
bonfire. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Like the other night, we opened our windows. It was beautiful outside. We got this nice breeze coming in, and all of a sudden, it was just like, "God damn it! Someone's having a fucking bonfire!" And I get the appeal of it, and I'm not
Well,
against
see,
it.
I think it smells good from afar. It doesn't smell good on your clothes.
Dude, it gets into
Right.
everything in your house. Like your curtains and your fucking couches smell like it for a week after it like drifts in there. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
The wonder
Yeah.
my neighbors hated it when we were doing it.
Well, I believe it. Like if I come to Joe's and he's smoking a brisket or something, and then we're having a fire later that night, I get home and first thing I do is like, fuck no, my clothes are going
Take off that hoodie.
straight
Yeah.
into the washing machine, just like right
Sure.
downstairs because I don't want that anywhere in the house.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
sorry, but I love s'mores and hot dogs on a nice.
So-
yeah,
s'mores?
Tony's been known to
S'mores?
roast hot dogs on a stick on a
I don't ever
bonfire.
want to talk about that again, but yes,
I've been there. It's great.
Were you here when he did it?
I lit
Oh,
a tree
yeah.
branch with
He had a tree branch with, like,
6 of them.
5
You were
of us.
here when
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I was heckling him while he was doing it.
Right. Right.
You're supposed to be a friend.
That ended great.
There's been, I can't tell you how many nights I've been like the last
Who am
one.
I kidding?
The last
I ate
one
one of those
sitting
hot
around the
dogs.
fire. So like everyone else has gone to bed or gone home, and I'm just sitting there. It is so peaceful, like sitting around the fire, like late by yourself. Just
Well, I'll put it this way. I was making fun of Tony the whole time he was doing it. And then he goes, do you want one of these hot dogs? I went,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
I believe it was
Gladly.
Steve that ate the majority of the hot dogs. So
I
Probably.
don't remember.
Probably.
I was a mess. But like when my family has like a pig roast or like a big thing in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, there's a fire going almost the entire week or 4 or 5 days that we're there,
Sure, sure.
and it doesn't bother me.
Burn on a tree over a weekend.
Doesn't bother me
That's
at all.
wild. That's wild. Okay.
I feel like they're all just better than you. So I don't know.
No, but Tony,
should we wrap this up and have a fire?
right?
Yeah, right. We got time.
Tony, I totally hear what you're saying in regards to like, there's some occasions or environments where just like a fire constantly going is it's just right. Meaning like my buddy Steve McClanahan has a cottage in Bitely, Michigan, and every single time that we go there for a weekend, it's like the first thing you do is drop off your bag and start a fire, and that fire is literally
Just rolling
going
the whole time.
the entire weekend because
That's wild.
you start your morning with like, hey, let's just like get this fire going, let's drink
get some-
around it, and let's, you know, by the end of the night it's like, hey, let's just keep this fire going until the wee hours and just drink around it. It's like there's just something fun about a fire,
best.
like when
We-
you're like kind of camping type of thing.
Well, even when we rented that house in Michigan City, we had fires every night.
Yeah,
And let's talk about Sergio around a fire.
don't
When-
get me
when-
started.
But Sergio's had a little too much barbecue.
I like to burn stuff.
Oh man, he
Oh, is
stacked.
that when you melted a chair or something? I wasn't
What?
there.
No, that the chair blew into the
chair-
fire. He didn't do that.
It wasn't my
Wait,
fault.
why? I was thinking about this the other day.
Like,
Why did I not come out?
I don't know. I've never been able to figure that out. You guys had something.
We must have had something going
We
on.
were there a whole week.
Hold
so
on.
I don't know.
We out of
Wait.
town?
Time out. No,
No.
no. Let's get back to
Oh,
the pyromaniac.
there,
Sergio?
there was,
Oh yeah, no. So
an
there was a time
incident.
here that we had to restrain Sergio physically.
He's just drunk and likes to burn.
Right,
It's like
but
a
no,
drunk-
he stacked the
cool.
He kept
What?
stacking the fire, like just stacking up. Like he turned it into like a game of Jenga with the pieces of wood,
How
and it
fun
was
that.
like stuffing like cardboard boxes, like beer boxes in there, and he had this thing as tall as he was, and we had to like stop him.
He's like got a
from-
crazy. He's like got a crazy look in his eyes. Like, hey, you guys ever see Backdraft? We're like, stop, Sergio, stop.
I'm sure you were going to get to it, but you didn't mention it yet. Didn't I have that giant stick with a chair on the end of it, and I was
Yeah,
trying
it
to
was
dangle
I saw
it,
pictures. It looked like a fishing rod.
and I was trying to dangle it.
No, that
over
was
the fire
here.
That was
just
here.
to
I
see-
remember that.
just to see how close I could get the chair to the fire
that was
without
here.
the fire
And
touching
it was about the time that happened that somebody finally had to sit him down and explain to him that we can't burn chairs.
Yeah,
But did we?
but it was
didn't.
fun.
Do you
Yeah.
see where you're sitting right now? Yes. Do you like it? Yes. Don't burn it.
So I mean, we just hijacked your thing a lot, Bill.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Bonfires are great.
Yeah.
I think it's a general consensus. They're great, but we don't like smelling like them afterwards. Fair enough.
I don't really care about the smell.
Who's who's next?
Can't stand it.
I'll go.
All right, is Tony Marino going?
No, Tony's going last. Tony's going last.
I know
love it
you're
when
gonna
they
pick
fight.
and pick one.
I'm picking one, and it's not probably what you think because you guys both have just touched on briefly, not Sergio, Bill, and something Tony said on what my second one is. My first one's going to be ball games.
Oh, nice.
And I have
good
it
call.
has been some like the last few years my attendance at the ballpark for Sox games has been less than I'd like,
And they noticed.
so I'm hoping to correct that this year. I went to opening day. I had plans on going this coming weekend, but the forecast is not looking friendly for that. But that said, I love going to the ballpark, going to a Sox game, maybe tailgate in the parking lot beforehand, some grilling, beers, bags, whatever, and then just be in there. Like, I have requirements. I have to get a hot dog at the ballpark, even if I ate in the parking lot
Yep.
before the end of the first inning. Absolutely. And then he's, watching the game and then just walking around, checking out all the new things going on in the park. The bullpen bar is always fun. The Sox bar, Sergio, I know you like that one.
Yep.
The outside bar, outside gate 5. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I have, whether it's just Amanda and I or a group of people, it's a good time every time.
Oh,
Nothing like going to a ballpark. Seeing a baseball game live is one of my favorite live sporting events by far. I mean, something about it. When the weather's perfect, you're out there. It's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
and
Absolutely.
and and all you guys know, like I'm not the biggest sports fan in general, but
Really?
that's why I brought it.
But I do know
But
where you're going with this.
I love. There's nothing that brings me more joy than going to a Sox game, just for the simple fact that, like, that was one activity that my dad, who just, like, he's not a sports person either, but he knew I liked playing baseball as a little kid, so he would take me to Sox games. So I just love going to Sox games now, and it's just like, that's just the happiest, most fun thing to do on like a random day in summer is just go and have a hot dog at the stadium. Like, that's the thing, is like, you gotta have
Beer
a hot
and a
dog.
dog and maybe a
Yeah.
bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
And and Sergio, honestly, like, to back up what you're saying here, I bet you in all of the years I've known you, which we're going on like 18, 19 years
Probably,
now,
yeah.
You guys are old.
you have probably less than 5 times in all those years turned down going to a game.
Yeah.
You asked Sergio to go to a game, he's like, I'm in.
I'm in. I will always be in. Yeah.
If he hears, if there's talk of, hey, we're thinking about going to the game next month or whatever, let me know. I will get on the train. I'll be there.
Dude, you ever went to that Cubs game and we got all jacked up, and afterwards you're at that bar, you just kept ordering grilled cheeses? Do you
Yes.
remember?
And you kept asking for chairs to
me,
burn.
you, Matt, and Don. It was such a good time.
And we played darts.
We played darts for 2 hours
Yeah.
after the Cubs game, and Sergio just kept ordering rounds of grilled cheeses. Like, instead of beers, it was like, oh, we got another round of
Can I
grilled
get
My friends get some more grilled cheeses over
cheeses. It
here.
was such a good time.
Can I give a side note on that?
Yes.
You do realize that was the first time I officially attended
Regularly.
a Cubs game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you poor
Yeah.
thing.
It took
And I said, hey,
it
you
took
want to go to a
40
game?
what,
And
40
you
years
said,
or 41
I
years?
hate going to
I said, do you want to go to a game? And
Hate
you
it.
said, how much? And I said, free. You were like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. I would not pay to go.
You wouldn't
no
pay to
offense.
go to a Cubs
I would
game.
not pay to go to a Cubs game. But when
How fun was that?
well, I was with my friends. Of course I'm going to have fun.
It had nothing to do with the game.
It had nothing to do with the game.
They won.
Did
field,
they?
That field is awesome.
I
though.
didn't remember.
It's a good time.
I had
man.
fun drinking with my friends.
Papa,
But-
I play baseball.
No, Sergio. You're
make
going to be a
movies.
copyright when you grow up.
Okay.
Bill, you better watch that because now we can flip that on you.
I know, right? Oh, no. No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just note everything.
Yes, dear Luna, what do you need?
Yeah, the answer's going to
Go
be yes.
talk to Rogue.
It's
or
just
your
yes for
mother.
everything. Yeah, we know.
Don't ask me anything. Rogue will take care of you.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a big fan of baseball games in the summertime too. You know what I mean? That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, it's usually fun. Like, and we've been.
I mean,
most
I've-
years we get a bus trip together if we can, which is
And
always
we have
fun.
that recently, but I feel like that's something that you should try to put together this year. Like,
I have a couple dates in mind already.
I love how he's
'Cause,
playing
like-
this. I feel like you should do that.
I'm not a.
Because I've
not
always
a
been
Sox
the one
fan by
bringing it
any
up.
means, but like I've had a lot of fun at Sox games because I've been
yeah.
on a beer bus with my friends having a good time. So
Right. And I've run bus trips for years out of Baracos or Blackthorn or whatever.
yeah, but not in years.
No, I did a Blackthorn one 2 years ago.
It's been 2 years since your last trip, huh?
Well, I was supposed to run one out of O'Rourke's last year, and then Dave and I couldn't settle on the date. So it
Oh,
never happened.
no.
But
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
pipe down.
Tony, go.
Anyway,
Oh no!
but yeah, so
Nobody
yeah.
knows who that is. Nobody knows what you're talking about. Well, we were trying to light out a date.
Hey. Our listeners know what these bars are.
That's true. That's true.
Knock it
Wait,
off.
did you say our listeners?
Yeah,
Listener.
all three of them.
Listener.
Our
singular.
one listener.
It's Pat Kane.
Yeah.
Pat.
but
Pat. No, not Kane. Pat.
That's Pat.
Pat. What's Pat's last name?
Okay, Coleman. Yeah.
Coleman.
Okay.
Pat. Kane.
Pat, you're getting a shout out on the podcast that you're the only one that listens to. How about that?
You know how
You like that,
excited
buddy?
he is right now as he's hearing this?
He's very excited, probably. And he's probably actually pissed off because he's like, get to the fucking point right now. Let's
Right,
move
all right,
on.
so let's move
All
on.
right, moving on.
Tony.
I'm sure this is a favorite of everybody's, but it's one of mine that Jess and I were talking about it earlier in the week or 2 weeks ago. It's like I cannot wait for the weather to break and just be able to get off work, pick up some steaks or burgers or chicken on the way home and be like, this is what we're grilling. And I know a lot of people grill year round. I don't. I don't like sitting out on my deck in the snow or the rain. But what I like doing is grilling when I get home. The weather's nice. You get there, crack a beer or make a cocktail, get some Jess is a porterhouse kind of person. I'm a filet kind of guy.
It's
But
therapeutic.
with those,
grilling. Yeah.
well, we've talked. You've got your whole process of your charcoal, but I'm a
I do
gas
the
man
charcoal.
myself.
That's okay.
I'm a-
But your
I'm a
grill is,
charcoal.
I envy your grill.
Dude,
Right,
oh,
you've
not
got
right
a
now,
great-
dude. I've gutted mine. I gutted my grill
What?
2 days ago. I got new racks.
Okay,
I got
okay.
a new grease tray and some new.
So we're
burners coming
rebuilding
in.
it. You're not getting rid of it.
Yes,
You're rebuilding
no, I'm not rebuilding it.
You scared me for a
I'm
second.
swapping out the guts.
All right.
So yeah, so that should be done later this week. But like, I'm really looking forward to like honestly just having people over. And like, we used to barbecue a bit more. I feel like in the last year or so, we haven't
Labor
done it
Day.
as much.
Labor Day is your big barbecue usually.
Yeah, but we didn't. I don't think we did it last year.
That's all right.
It was a much smaller version, I think, last year.
I don't even know if we had it
I don't
or
know.
if we did it around that. But like, I that's something I always look forward to is like grilled meat, warm weather, cold drinks.
Yeah.
Is
Friends and
this
family.
what you thought I was going to steal?
I'm not going to say what I thought you were going to. Relax. Just don't come at me like this.
That's it.
Not in front of everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
grilling.
right with you on this, and I like Bill agrees. Like we're like
Don't
Sergio.
speak for-
Sergio grills.
Don't speak.
He
for-
already
I
said
love
that.
to grill.
Right. But you're a year-round griller, or damn near close.
I'll give up January, February. What was the last? I think this year it was like late December,
Yeah.
I stopped
you were
grilling.
going hardcore.
and then
Didn't your grill blow up?
I had to get rid of that one, but I just bought a new one,
Right.
and we had our first grilling end of March. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
Well-
been into March.
Yeah.
End of March, early April. So I took 3 months off.
Bill's return. It was Bill's return, whatever that was. So early April.
Early
Uh,
A
April.
big comeback.
Right.
Big comeback.
You know, I mean, like, and I'll the latest I go as long as the weather allows. I'm like Tony, where I'm not going to be out in the rain, snow, cold, whatever, doing it. The coldest I'll go is when I have to do the turkey on the smoker for Thanksgiving.
Sure.
But not, and
It's
whether
not
it's
really
big, whether
smoking.
whether it's grilling or smoking, you know I love it,
Yeah,
and you
absolutely.
love when I do the smoker.
That's true.
So
I wish
yeah,
we'd have done something today.
yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah, dude. Why you badmouthing the smoker? You fucking love the smoker. Yeah. How dare you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I dare.
and-
Grilling. Oh, I dare. Grilling. Yeah. That's great. I'm a Weber man myself.
I'm with you, Weber charcoal
A little
guy.
charcoal.
I'll give you credit, man. Charcoal, I do love a good charcoal, but I'm not allowed to have charcoal because
Dude, the
I
convenience
live
of
in the
propane for me
I get it.
and cooking in bulk, having
True.
that surface area
True.
for
Tony.
when 20 or 30 people come over.
We grilled 10 pounds of sausage on my charcoal grill before, so I don't want to hear it. At the same time,
Hear what? At the same time as what? Just sausage. But if
we
I
didn't
can
have
do-
anything else to grill.
But if I can do 15 pounds of sausage and 20 burgers,
Oh my God! Is
I
this
have
it?
no problem
Is this
with
what
that.
does it? Is this what finally
We're
breaks up
about to
Kid Rock?
get used to
grilling.
Is it
Grilling
charcoal
versus-
versus propane? Is that
Not
what
at all.
does it?
I
No.
don't know, dude. When you
No.
grill at your
Is
house,
that-
I'm so happy. When he grills here, I'm so happy because it's like, oh, I get my charcoal fix.
Right.
Charcoal
Dude, I gave
versus
somebody a charcoal
propane.
Weber grill in a swap for something, and it bummed me out because I had it in my garage. Like, I'm just gonna save this for the day that I'm like,
Okay.
I want a charcoal burger today. I'm gonna break this out.
No, I mean, there is
Glad to hear that
definitely.
because I thought I was going to have to change my grill's name to Yoko for a second.
Joko.
Getting
If anyone
scary.
breaks up this place, it's Joko.
Joka.
It's Joe's Weber. How dare you,
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yoko?
Sergio, do you have
Sergio,
a
you
second
got a second
You
one?
guys both have charcoal grills.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, we're at like a half hour now, maybe, if that. So we got a little time. We can do honorable mentions, what we like doing.
Absolutely, because I have.
Hold on. You know what? Hold on. What would, JT's not here. What's
Do
he
you
look
think-
forward to in the summer?
coffee and drawing. Outside.
No. Go
You
to
didn't even
JT,
hesitate.
JT likes going to the chalet.
He
I
does.
imagine they would do that more in the
Michigan.
summer.
Michigan's his thing. The
So his
chalet in
favorite
Michigan
Chicago
on the
thing is
lake.
leaving
Yeah,
Chicago and
That's a
going to
good point.
Michigan.
that's what he
There's
does.
probably something like I feel like he
So
goes.
JT, we're answering for you.
JT
The
also
chalet.
for his honorable mention. I feel like when the weather's nicer, he goes up to the top of that building or that floor and he draws more.
Hancock,
'Cause I feel like there's probably
Yeah.
better light
right?
for
I think
looking
it's the
out
Hancock.
window.
He goes up there. Yeah,
No idea.
Yeah, I don't
I just know
work-
there's that coffee place that he
the
draws
signature room or whatever. Yeah, I think so. I think or something like that. Yeah, he gets high up there, and he gets the whole like
At. He
skyline
doesn't
of
get
the
high up
city.
there. He just drinks coffee and draws.
Oh
God.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
So
the one who
JT,
lied.
those were your answers. Thank you very much for your answers.
Thanks,
Great
JT.
All right,
answers. Great
Sergio,
answers.
honorable mention. Do you have one?
Absolutely.
Of course he does.
and it's another like
ridiculous thing to ask.
there's nothing. Okay, so I got to give huge props to the city of Chicago for revamping the Riverwalk
Fuck you!
in downtown.
That was why.
That just
Jess's.
for me, I feel like I'm so lucky that I live close to downtown and I live close to my work. I work on State and Wacker. So literally every day, whether it's winter, summer, whatever, I get to walk along Wacker Drive and walk along the Riverwalk. And it's just like in the summer, it's just more, there's more life. It's more entertaining. They have the City Winery. They have the Tiny Tap. They have.
I like Tiny Tap.
They
I met
have
the owner there. He was cool.
Yeah, it's and then even like at it starts at like 6:30 or 7 p.m. They have the Art on the Mart where they project some really cool art onto like literally the entire Merchandise Mart building. So like to walk along the Riverwalk in the summertime is just really cool. And it's fun and relaxing, and you just really get to enjoy the city from a different perspective, literally along the water, along the river. And that's going to be my honorable mention.
That's such a good choice. That's one of Jess's favorite things to do, specifically with you. Like, we've done that with you a handful of times where it's like, it's nice out, we're doing this, we're going to plan to do this, and you bar hop down there, and then when you're done with that, there's other places to bar hop right outside of that.
Yep.
But
Yep.
just the atmosphere being around there. Who did we run into down there? Was Chris James playing or somebody was playing?
No,
down there?
Crowded.
Griffin just happened to be down there.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh, cool. Let's just fucking check him out. For
And
a
it
minute.
was literally, wasn't it outside Tiny Tap? Like they
It
were
was.
doing some sort of it was a brewery event.
Yeah, you had to get
That's what it
tickets,
was,
and
yeah.
they weren't letting us in, and we were like, oh, we're just trying to like say hi to so and so, and then we're gonna be out. But like,
Yep.
it's a really good time down there. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
things too, man. I love doing that.
Both of yours are healthy.
No, hold
What the
on.
hell, Serge?
No, not even just healthy, but here's the perfect example. So there was one time where it was me, Tony, and his wife Jess.
Real quick,
We had gone
Mac and
to
Cheese Fest.
Mac and Cheese Fest. We had gone. It was like at UIC. The UIC Pavilion,
I wanna
that
go to
giant like Mac and Cheese Fest. We basically spent 3 hours sampling like 50
Mac and cheese.
50 restaurants, local
you
restaurants,
passed
like
out.
mac and cheese.
all the mac and
We were at
I
the
wanted to pass out.
We were
and
at the
Sergio
point-
goes, no.
No, here's what you do after you eat a heavy
Walk,
meal.
yeah,
walk
you
off the mac and
walk.
cheese.
You walk it off. So I
that
told
was
him,
fun.
I'm like, here's what we gotta do, Tony. We gotta park the car and we gotta walk along the river walk. And by the time you're done with about a 20 to 30 minute walk, you're gonna be ready to go. And that's what we did. We walked from my house along the river walk, and we ended up popping up by, I want to say it was like roughly
what's the sticker bar? The sticker.
Snickers.
No. The stickers on the door, and it's very dark, and they've got all the beers and the stand-up coolers.
I don't know.
It's a super dive.
You're talking about Rossi's.
Okay.
Rossi's.
So awesome. And then we went to Snickers later, but that
Yeah.
was after the Riverwalk.
We did the river walk. We walked off this heavy
pasta, just
Pasta and cheese.
straight
cheese.
pasta. And cheese.
Yeah, and then we were like, all right, well, now let's go to a bar. We went to Rossi's on State, and I want to say it's State and Hubbard, or just south of Hubbard, and then we went one block further and went to Snickers, which are
Oh my God.
two great dive bars.
Do you remember we ran
on
into
stage.
that kid
that you
that
knew.
was trying to get into a car that wasn't
Yeah.
his that I ended
Yeah.
up knowing from the bar? And we had to get him an Uber
Yeah.
to find his friends.
That's
the
hilarious.
weirdest, oddest moment
Oh my
for
God.
like a Sunday afternoon.
Like, I was like, F this, I'm not dealing with this. And Jess is like, we should help that kid. And 10 seconds later, he's like, hey, Tony, what's up?
Yeah, he knew you.
Oh, no.
I know this guy. So
No, we're definitely responsible.
I haven't gotten to do the Riverwalk thing before, but this
This
year
summer
I
for
would
sure,
like to
man.
very much this summer.
Let's
Jess
plan
will
an event.
literally do that any weekend that
Mac and
anyone
Cheese
wants to
Fest,
go.
please.
Yeah,
Please.
it's a great event.
I wonder if they're doing
It's a
that
great
again.
event. I don't know. We got to look
I
into it.
can't imagine that they would get rid of such a wonderful idea for a festival.
You know what's funny? I'm about to say what I didn't like about it that you would love. There was too many smoked things at it. and you would love that.
I would.
No.
It was there was half of it was like, oh, smoke this, smoke that.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like that was a thing then, kind of like how right now with beer, sour beers are a thing, and I hate sour beers. Like I hate it.
That's 'cause
And
you don't know what
every
you're talking
brewery
about.
wants to impress you with a sour beer, and it's
If
disgusting.
it's a real sour and not one that just has a bunch of lactic acid added to it in the last second.
I'm just saying. Total side note.
All right, cool. Riverwalk. Bill.
Wiverwalk.
Wiverwalk.
This podcast also brought to you by Miller Lite. We're not sour. All right. So
Fuck you.
I'm gonna do something completely original. In the summer I like to pack up a bag with a sandwich and a Honey Crisp apple, and I'll take my bike and I'll
Why did you say Segway?
just ride. And
Slightly different.
Here's the setup. You're like, no,
Just ride.
There's
Just
no
ride.
way he's going.
And
Yeah.
I like to do. I like to get my car.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to. Yeah. All right. No, but in terms, it's a little healthier, I guess.
Liar.
Something I don't. So I don't say I look forward to it because I don't always get the opportunity to do it. But when I do, it's awesome. And that is going out on the lake, on a boat. I love being on a boat. And also just swimming in the lake. So anywhere out in the lake, in our case, Lake Michigan, closest one we're to. But any lake will do. I like being out there in the fresh water and either swimming, wading, maybe relaxing on an inner tube or raft, or just being out on a boat. Being out on a boat is probably one of my favorite things to do ever. I love that. I used to work for a company that sold boat cruises, so I got pretty spoiled with that because there were a couple summers where I could do that anytime I wanted to, pretty much, and not so much in the last couple of years. So yeah, you go through withdrawals, I guess. But yeah, I love anywhere. I feel like a pirate is my thing. Actually, I like feeling like a pirate.
Do you
being
wear
on
an
a
eye
boat.
patch when you go out on
Yeah,
a boat?
I do. Sometimes I do.
Dude.
Sometimes I commandeer another boat when I'm out there just because.
Right.
You can.
Just
Right.
swing
It's
over.
the law of the sea.
Like I jump. I'm like, hey,
law
I'm
of
like,
the
law
yeah,
of the sea.
yeah. You're on international waters, right?
Well, yeah, in Lake
30
Michigan.
feet, 30 feet from the Chicago shore, international waters, and you're like, hey, that's a nice boat, and they're like, oh, thank you, and like, can I come
It's
aboard?
basically Toronto,
And they're
so
like,
that's
no,
international.
yeah, and they're like, no, you can't come on my boat, and I'm already on there, and I'm like, all right, well, now you can get off my boat because
At
it's
that
mine
point,
now.
Because that was mine.
Yeah.
At that point, you
This is now
thrust
the
your
USS
sword
Bill.
into them.
Exactly.
And
Is that
then
how piracy
swashbuckling.
works?
That's how piracy works. Yes, exactly.
You guys thought it was all Napster and
Yeah.
songs, but it's actually
No, it's
Bill
taking
just
things.
murdering boaters.
Right. Taking their boats.
Bill cannot get enough semen.
Oh, okay.
I will second Bill. Being on a boat is
It's
one of my
amazing.
favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess and I were lucky enough for a few years in a row to get invited on this boat with the great Captain Leo. If you're listening, thank you.
Oh man,
It's like 60-foot twin diesel. We didn't realize what kind of boat we were getting on, and it was basically like it was two bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. There was a kitchen down there.
Yeah.
It was like a mini yacht. It was like it was so rad. But it was one of the favorite things that she always looked forward to. Was like, oh, it'd be cool if it happened. It happened. We got invited back. Awesome. We'd go out on the boat for 8 hours and then come home. And it was one of the best things. You'd bring your booze. Everyone would bring food to share, and you'd just go out. You wouldn't do anything. You'd go out on the boat and just sort of party and hang out, and you'd pull up to a beach and
Easy
maybe you'd
living.
swim for a little bit or play
Yeah.
volleyball, and then you'd
the
go
best.
back on. It was the best, man. I love boats, and like it's so damn expensive, man. If I was
To own
loaded-
one?
oh
Yeah,
my god,
sure.
I would. That's one of the only reasons I really wish that I had money was so I could have a boat and not worry about it.
you're like Pacino and Donnie Brasco. I get a boat. I just go.
Go,
Just get a boat.
go. Just get a
Lucky,
boat.
was you
Try to do
serious?
that.
Were you serious about that boat? What? What are you talking about? I just go. Yeah, that's what you do.
Okay, so here I'm gonna chime in with this, and like, yes, I agree 100%. Boat thing is awesome, but I've got a particular type of boat that I prefer
Pontoon.
the most. A pontoon. Thank
Yeah.
you, because that's
Yeah.
like
Lounging, man.
I don't need speed.
Lounging, exactly.
I don't need
That's
to
just
be
slow.
like doing like 70 around or pulling like someone skiing. Like
You'd rather
I
do
don't care.
7.
Yeah.
Just lounging.
Give me a nice pontoon.
Slow and steady.
Be able
cooler
to
full
bring
of
on
beer.
that cooler with you. You jump in the water, swim a little bit, maybe pee because you drank too much, and then climb back onto the pontoon.
All right, if
like
Tony-
it's like so fun.
If Tony Mono happens to listen to our podcast, which he doesn't,
Right.
and if he's planning his brother Joe Mono's bachelor party, and if we do end up
Boat.
at a house in Michigan
Boat.
on the water,
Pontoon.
we should probably look at getting a pontoon for a day.
That's such a good
Absolutely.
idea.
But also,
Well, you've been kind of the assistant on this thing.
I was
so
for.
text him.
Oh, well, all right. Moving on. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Boats. Yeah,
nice.
good job.
I love
Yeah,
boats.
boats.
Yeah, well done on the boat thing.
I do what I can. Moving on.
So, God, it's funny because if you would have asked probably at least 3 of us sitting here 10 years ago what our favorite summer thing to do, we would have said street fests. 'Cause that's all we did.
Yeah, not
That's
even
true.
good.
We
don't do
That's
that
a
anymore.
really good point. Like I
We
don't.
have
point.
the ability to, we just don't.
No, but, like, here's the thing, though.
My next one is kind of the closest thing we have to that now.
Sure, but like here's my point to that. Once you've done stuff behind the scenes, like dude, GA for anything
Sucks. now.
sucks.
Sucks.
So,
Music
and granted,
fest,
like
street
most
fest,
of us
doesn't
were
matter.
at
What's
Street
GA?
Fest general admission,
General
but like
admission.
most of us were doing that anyway. But like there'd be times where you'd sneak behind with the band, and there'd be kegs there, and you could
That
hang
is
out
cool.
and drink for a bit. And That's
Yeah.
cool. Or like music festivals, I would not
Yeah.
pay $200 to go
No. To any
a
music
3-day
festival
event.
anywhere.
That's a true story, but working on them and being behind the scenes is a lot of fun to do.
Yeah,
Like,
it's great.
I'll agree with
And
that.
It was awesome.
But yeah,
And-
paying the two. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, no, like Tony's absolutely right. The GA thing is terrible. Even on the street fest, we used to like drink for free, hang out like on the. We would
We had a
have
golf cart at one point to one that we weren't even working.
Yeah, we weren't even working. We just had a golf cart because it was 8 blocks long.
And they assumed you worked it.
No, they were just taking
There
care
was,
of us.
Like, hey, here.
You know,
we're not
I mean-
using this. There was 2 for some
Well,
reason.
there was
They didn't
plenty
need
of
2.
those fests that I would have to bust my ass beforehand to get it set up,
And then
we'd
show
go.
days.
Then we'd go hang out during the show, and that's fine. And that's what earned us our perks. But that was we spent a good couple of summers. One in particular, I guess, about 10 years ago, where that was every weekend. That was every weekend.
Well, that's all we ever did. And like Sergio, you were at most of them too. We
Yeah.
were always at a street fest, no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I mean, it's funny because we could do it. We could still go.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with those people, but
I know,
we
but
can't.
it's just different now.
It's different now, and so now,
Sorry.
where I was going with
We're
this, where I was
digressing.
going with
So-
this, the closest thing we do now to a street fest that I absolutely love to do is, and there's a particular one I'll mention, but just beer gardens and live music.
Sure.
And one of the things I very much look forward to a lot, and I think my fiance and you and your wife will have to agree on this, are Sundays at Baracos.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah. It's
Love
really
it.
it's really good. Joe
Sunday
books live,
fun days.
Dude,
Yeah.
Joe books live music.
Yeah. Beer garden.
Yeah.
We're in the beer garden. If it gets chilly, the fire tables are lit. Drink
But
specials.
it's
I feel like I'm
always-
just doing a promo for the bar right now.
No, but it's
But-
cool. It's like we get the best of the best that I do book, that I have to offer, that we put on.
Sure.
And it's drinks and like food if you're hungry, whatever. It turns into dice. It's just good times, lots of good friends. And like the timing is just right. Well, where the way that's positioned, it's like you're getting an absolutely like part of some of the most beautiful part of the day, even in the dead heat middle of the summer.
Right.
Because we're catching shade.
We're cutting shade right in that courtyard because
And
there's 4 walls around it.
And we always have so much fun doing it, like
Yeah.
all summer long, and it's an absolute blast.
And obviously, anyone who's listening is invited to come up there on Sundays.
5:00.
Shameless.
Starting when?
The first
First
weekend of June, which would be the 2nd, I believe, is our first show.
Kick
featuring,
Rock also brought to you by Baracos. Is pizza is Baracos.
Oh, I just had the schedule in hand. Mr. Aaron Michael.
That was amazing. That was incredible.
Well done, Bill. Mr. Aaron Michael kicks us off June 2nd.
Baracos.
But I enjoy other locations too. Like I like the
Baracos right now is like, don't associate us with you guys, please.
Bourbon does the music in the beer gardens in the
Dude,
summer.
I'll
love
say that. I'll say that I personally think Bourbon Street has the best beer garden on the south side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
think so.
I do. There's
you
room
know,
for bags.
another
there's,
good one-
Shade.
Stage.
There's a stage.
The stage. Well, there's music like Wednesday through Saturday, which is great. And then, but another good one that Amanda and I got to go to last summer, and we kept telling you guys, but we never. We'll all have to do it. Is in Payless on Harlem. Zach's on Tap.
I'm not going there.
The rooftop.
I'm just kidding.
They do it. There's a rooftop bar in Payless.
Yeah.
About 122nd
Payless?
in Harlem. Was it Payless Heights over there?
I think it's Heights.
Payless Heights.
It used to be
There's been a few different
Zambuca's.
things. It was Zambuca's, and then it was
Gotcha, I know.
then it was Rooftop Tap. Now it's actually a better, much higher class of a place, like from a menu
They
standpoint.
got a really
Very
good.
clean.
They got a really good craft menu, and their burgers are on point. Like they got.
they had this
They have
awesome-
a legit chef that's in there now.
Shout out
they
to
had-
Zach's on tap.
Zach's on Tap.
Dude, one of my favorite things ever was like a mini ballpark platter, they called it. And it was a bunch of sliders and mini hot dogs. And my eyes were way bigger than my stomach when I ordered that thing.
Oh,
But it was
all of it.
outstanding. But it's cool. It's like a great spot. Like you're on a rooftop and and there's live music and beer, like its own separate bar and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, beer gardens and live music in the summer is definitely a favorite of mine.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Tony,
Call Tony. Wrap it up with your.
or did you
Are
just
you sure
are just
you
taking
don't-
everybody's?
No, I feel like I'm going to show my age a little bit, I suppose. But like, in all honesty, one of the things I look forward to every time the weather breaks, and it could be year round, it's just not as frequent. Dude, I love going to estate sales with Jess.
That's hilarious.
I know, but
I know that you do.
I
know
really
that
do.
you
I've talked to you guys about this. Like
you and Becky.
dude, half the tools in my garage and half the things that we find, and like there's I mean,
Oh, I love it.
you go to
How
one
are
or
you
two,
more of a gypsy than I am?
dude,
I love
oh my
it.
god,
It's
I
great.
absolutely love going to estate sales. Like I used to love garage sales when I was younger, and I didn't realize there was such a thing as an estate sale. Dude, estate sales in the summertime, holy god.
Can I go with? Can I go with you?
Yes, and if you're not with me, if you go to estatesales.net, we're not getting paid by them. It'll show you what estate sales are going on in your neighborhood. Did you what? He'll delete this. It's fine. What?
No, there's an ice cube like under me or something. I'm like, what? I'm like,
Well,
I
it
didn't
was
spill
you or it
anything.
was Sergio. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but there's like a whole. I peed on your floor. That's what happened.
It's not the
So
worst thing that's ever happened there.
So,
Anyways,
estate
I see.
sales. Tony.
Estatesales.net.
Yeah.
I love going to estate sales with my wife. We've got a rug that legitimately really ties the basement together. We were at an estate sale. Yeah, that rug
rug
downstairs,
really
dude,
tied
that area rug is like a fucking $500 rug. We got it for $10 at the estate sale.
really tied the room together.
Dude, it really did. It really did.
Did you have to steam clean it?
No, what you do is you roll it out and you put it out on the deck in the sun and you let it sit for like 4 or 5 hours.
Nice.
And the sunlight helps
That's awesome.
kill off anything. Yeah. There's a whole thing. Anyways,
So
I'm
you're
a-
taking me to an estate sale this summer, is what
bro,
I'm hearing.
me, you, and Becky will go.
Yeah.
Mind blown. I love estate sale, Sergio. Welcome to the party.
Sorry, I don't.
All right.
Sergio wouldn't go to estate sales. He
They don't have enough technology at estate sales for Sergio.
They have fax machines all the time.
I'm sure there's someone there with like one of those square credit card swiping things.
No, I just.
Well, that's gonna do it for.
Oh man, I meant for purchase, dude.
Me too.
Alright.
Me too, man.
Alright.
Where his head was
But
at.
that's so
silent
great.
was
That's so great.
Oh my gosh.
All right, on that note,
That eternity of silence after you
Jesus
spoke
Christ.
is my favorite part of this podcast. All right, so,
so much
It was
fun.
so quiet.
That's gonna
It was
do
so
it.
quiet.
and you know what? It's gonna be summer soon, so kids, get ready. Apparently, we are. Let us know your thoughts on what you like to do during the summertime in Chicago, and we'll catch you on the next one. I don't even know what to say after that, Serge. This is weird. Tony, get us
Tony,
out of
take
here.
us
Get
outta
us
here.
out of here.
Once again, this has been Kick Rock's podcast, 2 Drink Minimum, talking about our favorite summertime activities. Summer's so soon, so sorry. Sons of chicka chicka bow wow, cow now, summertime!
Back of my neck getting burnt and gritty. No. With that, it's still. That's the second verse. We're not going to do anymore. Okay. What can I say? Summer songs, guys. Did you like that podcast? Do you know where you can listen to more? Well, if you subscribe to our podcast, you can definitely listen to more. Like I said before, we've got over 30 podcasts nowadays. Sergio's laughing. Sergio, let him know you're here. Say hi.
No.
Say hi. No, he won't say hi. He'll say no, but he won't say hi. This take is ruined, but we're going to keep going with it because you actually might listen to it because I think it's funny. I like it. We're going to keep it in there. Anyway, thank you all for listening. We really appreciate your support. Remember to like and subscribe. You can comment right on our Facebook page. You can email us. We still do that. Some people still email. You can email us at podcast@kickrack.com. You can listen to us on any podcast medium, including Spotify now. We are on Spotify, which is very exciting and cool. So this has been 2 Drink Minimum. Thank you so much again. We've been drinking, thinking, and talking shop. Cheers, everybody.